before you insert bubbles with numbers to number the parts and tables with the parts properties, you have to specify those properties in the parts document. So, in the open document, I have placed all the necessary part views of the assembly as well as the necessary assembly views on the paper. In addition, I have added dimensions. However, I have not specified their properties. So I will stop working on the drawing document for a while and I will go back to the part document. To specify its properties, I have to click on the File Properties button, which can be seen above the ribbon. Once I do, the Properties window opens automatically. With the Custom tab active, I will click on the property name cell, and once I do, a list appears which contains several properties that can be defined for this part. I will select the number property and notice that in the type cell the word text appeared. I will expand the list of the type cell and I will select the number type. Next, in the value or text expression field, I will type the number 1 and I will press enter. Now that I have specified the number, I will expand the property names list of the second row to specify the next property of the part. So from the available options, I will select the part number. In the type field, I will select the text option, and in the value or text expression field, I will type the phrase C-001. Next, I will specify another text property, which will be a short description of this part. So I will expand the property name list of the next row, and I will select the description option. In the type list, I will set the text type, and in the value or text expression field, I will type the word body and press enter. Now it's time to specify the material of the part. So, in the property name field of the next row, I will select the material option. In the type field, I will select the text option, and I will go to the value or text expression, expand the list, and select the material option. However, in the evaluated value field appears the phrase material not specified, which means that I have not specified the material of the part. Now to specify the material, I will click OK to close this window and I will go to the Feature Manager Design Tree palette. I will right-click on the Material subcategory and select the Edit Material option. Once I do, the corresponding window opens, so I will go to the Steel folder and I will select the annealed stainless steel material. With the Property tab active, you can also see the properties of the material you selected, like the Poisson's ratio, the tensile strength, the yield strength, and so on. In this example, I will click Apply to specify the material, and I will also close the material window. Notice that now the name of the material appears in the Feature Manager Design Tree palette. At this point, I will click on the File Properties button again. Notice that now the material can be seen in the Evaluated Value field. Apart from these properties, I can also define other properties that result from calculations and whose name is not in the list. For example, in the next property, I will type the word mass in the property name field and press enter. In the type field, I will select the equation option. Then I will move on to the value or text expression field, expand the list, hover the cursor over the properties category, and then I will select the mass property from the list. Once I selected it, notice that in the evaluated value field appeared the mass of the part. Now, as I mentioned previously, apart from the existing properties, I can also define more complicated properties which result from calculations between other properties. In this example, I will define one more property. Let's say that I want to calculate the weight of this part. Weight is calculated as the product of the mass of a body times the acceleration of gravity, which is equal to about 9.81 meters per square second. So, to calculate the weight, I will expand the property name list and I will select the weight property name. In the type field, I will select the equation option. In the value or text expression field, I will expand the list, hover the cursor over the properties category, and as you can see, on the top of this list appear the properties that I have already specified in this file. So from these properties, I will select the mass property that I specified previously. Once I select this property, I will press the asterisk key and then I will type the number 9.81 and I will press enter. Notice that now in the evaluated value field appears the weight of the part. Now, to delete a property, all I have to do is select it and click on the delete button. Once I have specified all the properties I need, I will click OK to close this window. Before we finish the lesson, I should mention that you have to do that for every part of the assembly before you place bubbles and tables in the drawing.